It's inside me. I'm sure of it now. Time feels like it's peeling away in layers, same as skin after a burn, soft, pink, and wrong underneath. I left the gas station 10 minutes ago, or maybe 20. I don't know why. The gas station, well lit and busy, was safe, or at least it felt safe. My plan was to drive to the ER, but something pulled me back to that house, like a barbed hook buried behind my sternum, tugging me back to where it all started. My hands gripped the wheel as I drove, but they didn't feel like my hands anymore. They didn't feel like hands. The knuckles had gone loose, like they'd been boiled. The bones beneath flexed wrong, delayed, as if they were remembering the motion after I made it. The skin is shifting, looser in some places, too tight in others, a creature molting from the inside out. I scratched at an inch on my forearm and felt something coiling beneath the surface, tight and slick. Something twitched within my fingers, not muscle, not blood, something else, something aware. Fear consumed me. I pulled over. I'm sitting in the back seat now. I don't remember climbing back here. My nosebleed stopped, but now there's something worse. There's something in the back of my throat. I can taste it. Metallic and acidic, blood curdled with smoke. When I breathe, I smell earth, but not dirt. Grave earth. The smell of the inside of a coffee cracked open after too many years. Wet wood and ancient rot and something trying to scream without lungs. I coughed hard and something came up. It wasn't blood. It wasn't bile. It was black, syrup thick, and tar slick. It hit the holstery with a wet smack and started moving, twitching, bubbling, trying to return. I must be hallucinating. I have to be hallucinating. I leaned out the door and vomited. More of it came up. Ropes of black mucus, stringy and fibrous, writhing like worms in heat. Upon contact with the ground, the pavement sizzled. The concrete pitted. I can feel it growing, pulsing every time I try to speak, like it's waiting for a voice to borrow, to steal. My tongue doesn't sit right in my mouth. It's too thick, too dry. It tastes like ashes and dirt, charcoal and rust, and a strange, sweet rot. I dropped to my knees as a pressure built beneath my ribs. At first, I thought I was gonna throw up again. I tried to gag to force something out, but nothing came. Just a rising tide of something cold and wrong curling through my guts like thick, slick coils of intestine unraveling in reverse. I think I screamed. I don't remember the sound. I remember my voice cracking. I remember my reflection in the side mirror of the car. It didn't move. Again. The eyes were vast and full of something that didn't belong in any human skull. Something old, older than bone, older than language, something that remembers being worshipped. But the worst part, the truly unspeakable part, is that I'm starting to hear its voice. Not with my ears, it's inside my thoughts, curdling them, wrapping itself around my memories. A spider spitting silk around prey, whispering in a language I don't understand but feel in my bones, as though it belonged there. It's not just inside me, it's replacing me. The rest of the drive was a blur. I don't even remember getting behind the wheel again. I think I blacked out for part of it. I only remember the moment I turned onto my road, how the trees leaned in, as though they'd been waiting, whispering something wet and slow beneath their branches. The house was dark when I pulled up, not just unlit, dark, a black so deep you feel it in your soul. The porch light was shattered. The windows looked melted, wrapped, as if the glass had tried to pull away from whatever was inside. Still, I went in. I don't remember unlocking the door. I don't remember even touching it. I was just inside. The air hit me, a lungful of silky rot, thick and wet, analogous to breathing through gauze soaked in meat. The lights wouldn't turn on. My phone flickered uselessly in my hand, the screen dimming, pulsing, then dying completely. The symbols on the wall had spread. They were everywhere now, carved deep into the wood of the floorboards, into the wall and the windows. They bled, thick, slow revolts of something that looked like blood, but smelled of old metal and swamp decay. I stepped in one barefoot, and it clung to my skin, soaking in, warm and buzzing with static. I made it to the bathroom before the screaming started. Not mine, something else. I stumbled back and slammed into the hallway mirror, and that's when I saw it again. My reflection. But this time it wasn't delayed, it wasn't off. It was ahead of me, moving first, tilting its head before I did, smiling before I screamed. It raised a hand and pointed, not at me, but into me, as if it could see through me, as if it saw something else in there. My limbs felt burrowed, the tendons tugged at the wrong angles, pulled by invisible threads, like a marionette handled by something that had only read about humans. This isn't a haunting. This is a metamorphosis. I'm being hollowed out, bit by bit, soul first. It's not wearing me. It's building itself inside me, growing, learning how to be me. My reflection is taking more now. It mimics my voice perfectly. It tells me things I don't want to hear, and it smiles when it does, with that waxy, too wide mouth. It says, "You were empty long before we came. You invited us." I'm not writing this to warn you. It's too late for that. I'm writing this because I need to remember what it felt like to be human. Because soon I won't. Soon, something else will wear this skin, and it will smile, walk, and speak with my voice. And it wants more. I think that's why the reflection smiles, because it knows the ending already. Because it knows you're next. It already knows your name. Yeah. You. That feeling behind your eyes right now, the subtle pull, the itch you can't quite scratch, that soft pressure in your teeth. It's already started. You let it in. By listening. By believing. This thing doesn't need doors. It doesn't need rituals. It's a disease. A worm in the fruit of your mind. Dormant until you look too close. So go ahead. Look in the mirror tonight. Just a glance. And if your reflection hesitates for even a second, if it tilts its head a moment too late, run, but it won't matter. You've already been marked. You've already started to hollow.